Hi, and welcome to Chicago Style Eats, the show where we talk about and sample foods invented in or made famous by Chicago. I'm Tony.
And I'm Stephanie.
And in this episode, we learn about the Chicago origin of the malted milkshake. As a matter of fact, all elements of the malted milkshake are Chicago inventions, so it's a true Chicago Style Eats treat.
Well, not all of the elements are Chicago inventions. Civilized peoples have been malting grains for thousands of years.
What does that mean, malting grains?
Malting is when you allow grains to sprout in water, but then you take them out of the water and dry them. In simple terms, the process of sprouting activates enzymes that form sugars, known as maltose. When the sprouted grain is dried and then ground to a powder, it has a sweeter, toastier flavor than the regular ground grain. Before cane sugar was abundantly available, malted flour was used to sweeten doughs and batters for baking. While any grain can be malted, the most common malted grain today is barley, which is used most notably in brewing beer and distilling whiskey.
In 1875, J&W Horlick's Food Company of Chicago patented their malted milk powder, a mixture of dried whey, malted barley, and powdered milk, invented in Chicago and manufactured in their Racine, Wisconsin factory. Originally intended as a nutritional food supplement to be reconstituted in water, by the late 1800s, soda fountains everywhere were creating malted milks, which were fresh milk and vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry syrup with Horlick's malted milk powder stirred in.
In 1901, Charles R. Walgreen opened his first drugstore on the south side of Chicago. Having worked for a number of years in traditional drugstores of the late 19th century, Walgreen envisioned a brighter, more logical floor plan with products and services designed to draw more customers into his store. One of those services was the inclusion of a soda fountain. Walgreen prided himself in his ability to hire top-notch managers for the stores in his growing enterprise, even down to the people who ran his soda fountains. And on a warm summer day in 1922, one of those soda fountain managers, Ivor Colson, known as Pop, made his usual chocolate malted milk, then decided to add 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream and whip it all together. It became so popular that soon thereafter customers formed lines out the door of Pop's Walgreen location as they waited for his creation, and within weeks all Walgreens soda fountains were serving Pop Colson's malted milk shake. By the next summer, malt shops and soda fountains everywhere were serving them.
Today, the malted milkshake and the regular milkshake, sweetened with plain sugar, are still among the most popular items ordered from ice cream shops and dessert menus across the U.S. So let's see. That's malted milk powder, the malted milkshake, and Walgreens drugstore. A Chicago-style Eats 3 for you right there, even though Walgreens doesn't have soda fountains or lunch counters anymore. So we went to Margie's, another Chicago iconic place, Margie's Candies.
Except it's also a kind of a restaurant.
Yeah, and they serve ice cream. And we sampled we sampled a strawberry milkshake and a strawberry malted milkshake to compare the flavors. Because Stephanie, as a young person, years and years and years ago, well, not many years ago.
Many, quite a few.
She had not had
Never had a malted
milkshake. And we went and had one a few, maybe a year ago, but we didn't have anything to compare it to. So this time we compared the two shakes. And what did you think?
Well, the first time I ever had the malted milkshake, because I didn't have anything to compare it to, I thought it tasted funny.
And it was chocolate.
It was chocolate?
I believe, yeah.
And I thought, I don't like this, and he finished it. So, it just didn't taste right to me. So that's why we decided to do the comparison this time. And so I wanted strawberry. So we did strawberry milkshake and strawberry malted milkshake. And I much prefer the regular strawberry milkshake. I felt that with the malted milkshake, the malt flavor gives too much of a toasty, grainy, it almost tasted like some sort of crackers were ground up and mixed in with the whole thing. It just didn't seem right. And it took away some of the strawberry flavor. You definitely notice strawberry flavor more with the regular strawberry milkshake.
And I have to agree with her on that, particularly with the strawberry, because it's a fruity flavor, and Margie's strawberry shake is very flavorful with the strawberry.
Very good. It was very yummy.
And I think the malt powder, the flavor of the malt powder goes better with chocolate. I prefer a malt to a regular shake, chocolate shake or vanilla. It brings up when I was a kid, little kid, my parents took me to, we went to somewhere and got a chocolate malt, which I thought was just a chocolate shake. And I remember it being so tasty, and that years later when I was getting chocolate shakes on my own, I would just get a chocolate shake, and it just didn't seem to have that flavor till I don't know how old I was when I saw malt up in the shakes menu. I was like, well, I wonder what that is, and I tried it, and it was that flavor.
Found the flavor again.
And so ever since then, if there's malt available, I get the chocolate malt.
Same consistency. They both have the same consistency.
And sometimes, depending on where you get it, you can taste or feel the malt powder in it, or it might just be sugar in there. I don't know, but I've noticed there is a bit of a graininess sometimes. Yeah. But yeah.
So there you go. Went to Margie's, compared malt to regular milkshake, and discovered that I do not like malt, but I do like regular milkshake.
Yep, especially theirs.
And he discovered he likes malt over regular milkshake. Oh, and they also had a cappuccino milkshake. That was really good.
Yeah.
Lots of flavor on that one. Yep, very good.
Like I said, though, with the strawberry, I would prefer the shake rather than the malt, because the malt does take away from the strawberry flavor. So many places go to your favorite ice cream shop that makes malts and shakes. And if you haven't ever tried a chocolate malt, I default to chocolate malt because it's my favorite. If you've never tried a malted milkshake, give it a try. Wouldn't recommend it with a fruity flavor, but it's up to you. But give it a try, and drop a note in the comments if it's the first time you tried it, and let us know what you thought.
And enjoy!
On the next Chicago Style Eats.
Rocco and Annunziata Palese were pizza makers in Italy for most of their lives until in 1969 they picked up roots and moved with their 3 children from Turin, Italy to Chicago. For 18 months, Annunziata worked factory and cleaning jobs. Rocco worked in various restaurants as a pizza maker, always experimenting with his original pizza ideas. The very independent Rocco seized upon a business opportunity and in 1970 took over Guy's Pizza. Rocco continued experimenting with new pizza creations, and one idea pleased him enough that he gave away samples on the street outside Guy's.
If you like this episode, click the thumbs up icon below. Don't like it? Let us know in the comments what might make it better. Want to see more Chicago Style Eats? Click the subscribe button below so you can get an alert each time we drop a new episode. Don't know what the heck we're doing? Click on the end screen or the link in the description below to see our intro video. Thanks for watching.